Today we're covering 8th grade, Chapter 1, Lesson 8, Compare and Order Real Numbers. And ordering real numbers is similar to ordering rational numbers. And when we did that, we wanted to put them in the same form. So when we compare real numbers, we want to put them in the same form or the same notation. And usually that form is decimal. So for today's lesson, you will definitely want a calculator. Okay, I'm going to try to show you on the calculator. I hope I'm not too jiggly there. If you have a scientific calculator, that would be the best option. First, turn it on. And then the first example on our notes is the square root of 7. And if I want to find the square root of 7, I would press the second button. And then when you press the second, you get all the things that are in blue. So I want square root. I'm going to press the square button. And see, I have a square root sign up top. And then I can put in the number 7. And these little arrow keys help me to maneuver. So see, when I press the arrow key, I came outside the Radican sign. There it went. And then if I press enter, I get the decimal form of that number. So if you have a calculator, you might want to use it. So we just put the square root of 7 in the calculator, and we got 2.6457. And we don't want to write all of those numbers. We usually only need to the hundredths place, which is the third number. And 2 2/3, we should have that one memorized. But if you want to put that in the calculator and figure out what is 2 divided by 3, you would figure out that it is. And then at the end, it usually puts a 7. If you put that answer on any of your 7th grade work, I will immediately know that you cheated and used a calculator, because that 7 is just rounding. We write it like this. That means that the 6 is repeating, and the calculator automatically rounds the last digit. So comparing these two numbers, which one is bigger? This one has a 4 in the hundredths place, and this one would have a 6. 6 is bigger, so 2 2/3 is bigger. Example 2. 18 divided by 5, and you can put that in the calculator. 18 divided by 5 would be 3.6. And remember, pi is that special number that goes on for a long time, and usually we round it to just 3.14. If I put another 0 back there, maybe I can compare a little better. 6 is bigger than 1, so 18 over 5 is greater than pi. And for example 4, we're changing all of those numbers to decimals. And again, you can use your calculator. If you're putting it in the calculator, you want to hit clear in between. And the first one we're doing is the negative square root of 25, which, I hope you know. But the negative sign is down here. This is minus. This is negative. So look for the negative sign on your calculator. And then we press second, and then square root, and then 25. And again, you can come outside that sign and press enter. You get -5. And then there's another one. It says -31 over 6. So let's go ahead and do that while we're in here. -31. And since there's a negative sign outside the fraction, you just need to make one of those numbers negative for it to come out right. So usually we put the negative sign on the top number. So -31 divided by 6. So this was -5, and this was negative 5 point, and it came out to 1, and then it was that 6 that was repeating with a 7 at the end. That means the 6 is repeating. And you can round it, or you can leave it with 6 with the bar notation. And since these are already in decimal form, I can just move it over there to compare. It says to put them in order from least to greatest. So the least one would be the one that's farthest from 0. That's 31 over 6. And then the next one would be the negative square root of 25. And then negative 4.5 repeating. And the last one is the negative 4. Let's look at the independent practice you're supposed to do today. And again, you can use a calculator on 8th grade material, because if you were in the 8th grade, you would get to use a calculator. We don't use calculator on the 7th grade stuff. So if you use a calculator, you can put in there, what is the square root of 13? And I get 3.60, which is greater than 3.5. So the alligator's mouth needs to be open like that. And then let's look down at the bottom. On the bottom, you're putting them in order. So again, you can use your calculator. And if you try to find the square root of 63, you would find that it is 7.937. So that on our number line would be a little past the 7.9. And these do get bunched up. Oops. I want to put square root of 63. And then the 8 would be on the 8. And 7.89, I'm sorry, 7 and 8/9 would be 7.8 repeating. So that's not really on the 7.8. It's a little bit past because it's repeating. And then 7 and 9 repeating would again be a little bit past. Would it be bigger than that one? Yes. So we want to put it in between the square root of 63 and this 8. Okay, so you should be able to finish those. Yes, please use your calculator. It will make it so much easier. But if you could write on there what you got when you found like the square root of 33, that would be a work enough for me. Thank you.